All right, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, look them up. 355 stories, good stuff. 7 to 10 minutes, 12 minutes, depending on the subject. Police pursuits, vice, a lot of gross stuff, gross alerts. Look them up. It'll warn you. It's all that good stuff. Attached to that is 130. In addition to that, 130 question and answers we're going to right now. And email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com and ask me some questions. And I'll answer you directly, and then I'll also pick a list and I'll answer on tape later on, okay? All right, now, I'm going to go off track here a little bit. We're talking about supervision and all the stuff that I had to do. It's amazing. I look back and it's just amazing, all the stuff you have to do. And you don't even think about it. You just do it. You know, it's mandated. You just do what you have to do. Okay, now I'm going to go into probably about, we're at 9/11 right now. Got about 30 years on. This happens a couple of years before 9/11. I'm sorry I regress, but I'm trying to cover the whole area here. It was training days, and this is how training days went. Almost all of our, I shouldn't say most, all of our training days involve shooting, because that's one skill that you have to maintain, okay, is shooting. And the other one is driving. Would you write driving down on a piece of paper for me? We'll get to that in a little bit, okay? But 98% is shooting. And so we show up at a shooting range, which is kind of up by, LA area. It's pretty far from downtown. It's up in the Magic Mountain. People that know the area will know it's up in that area up there. Pretty good drive, especially people who live south of downtown. It's a good hour and a half drive if traffic's okay. So this is what would happen in the past. We get there, and first of all, the other top steps don't show up. I understand that. It was 3 squads in this particular assignment. Actually 4 when we started, then it went to 3. Anyway, I'd be the only one there. And I wanted to go for a lot of reasons. I wanted to watch my people, see if they're doing the right things, shooting the right people. I wanted to hone my skills because I'm an old guy, but I still can shoot pretty darn good. So, but these other top steps, they go goof off all day. And lieutenant didn't care about that. I had an a-hole lieutenant. He just says, well, they're doing their thing. Okay, fine. Well, do your thing. Just leave me alone. Don't do that. Okay. And I even brought it up a couple times that they don't show up. And he goes, oh, that's duly noted. Found out quick that duly noted means thank you, but I ain't gonna do crap about it. Okay. I didn't know that at first. I thought, oh, cool. No, it didn't happen. Okay. So here's what would happen. The instructors, shooting instructors, were the rank of policemen. They weren't detectives. They were in shooting cadre of people that teach. They teach all over. There's a whole huge cadre. You can imagine you have to teach at the academy, you have to teach in-service shooting, you have to teach all the ranges. So there's a good number of guys that work these things. I mean, really, you need it. They're needed. So we used to get 2 or 3 with a group of 30 officers, men and women. And they go, this is what they say every time, and I stopped this. This is the second time I went in there when I found out I'm the only one here. I'm the top ranking guy here. My lieutenant's not going to show up. I don't know what he did those days. Who knows what he's doing? Okay. I thought, wait a minute. Okay, this is what they would do. Get there. Unfortunately, they would have their shooting time at 8 o'clock in the morning. Anybody drives any urban area, it might be Los Angeles, Frisco, Chicago. If you have to drive an hour across town at 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning to get there at 8, forget it. Everybody's leaving at 6. Well, I said, I'm going to stop this right now. So this is what they do. Well, I'm glad everybody's here. Okay, we're going to shoot until 3:30, and then we're going to clean up. It has to be 8 hours, right? We're going to clean up the range, and we'll get out here by 3 if everybody shoots through lunch and through the breaks. Well, so you're mandated to have an hour lunch, 45 minutes, and then 2 50-minute breaks in the morning and afternoon. Almost standard, okay? And at first, when you have no say-so, you just go, okay. Well, you find out that, whoa, slow down here, okay? Shouldn't we have an hour and a half off early if we're shooting through lunch and 2 breaks? Shouldn't we? No one's ever brought that up. No one. I'm not saying I'm innovative, but I'm sitting there. Okay, so the first train day, I let it go. Till I left the range at 4 o'clock, got home at 6:30. Okay? And imagine, we drive for a living. So it's not as if we're in an office and, every 3 months we get to go shoot. No, we drive every day. We drive to go to a target. This is an example. We drive 35 miles to set up on a suspect. We follow around for 110 miles, then we drive 35 miles home. That's 70, 250, 300 miles driving every day, and not just cruising down the highway here. Surveillance, side streets, alleys, shooting up there. So the last thing you want to do on a training day is drive 2 hours there and 2 hours back, okay? Anyway, back on track. So the second one came up, and I look around, there's nobody else there. I'm in charge now. I mean, I'm not in charge, but I'm the senior guy there. These guys are policemen. Then you have detective first level, detective second level, and you have me. Okay, and I'm the only one in there. So I get these before he starts. Oh, come here, get the instructor, both of them, three of them, come here. And they know who's the top step in here. It's me. I go, hey guys, I said, I don't know about you, but we're going to change this whole time thing. Get a mirror. What? Yeah, I'm going to request from the captain we start at 7. Oh, I said, because of the drive is killing everybody. So today we're starting at 8. We're here right now. It's 8 o'clock. Okay. I want us to be out of here by 2:30 at the latest. So at 2 o'clock you're going to call us to clean the range up. Clean the range, you pick up the targets and pick up some casings and clean everything up. Not a big deal. And at 2:30 we're out of here. That's how I want it run today. Okay? Oh, okay, detective, whatever you say. Oh, and by the way, I want all you 3 names on a piece of paper. And they're like, what? I said, well, I want to know who's training us. Can you imagine? I mean, anybody who works anywhere, you don't want somebody you don't even know to get your name. Okay, something's up here. What's going to happen? Okay? So I got their names. And boy, I'll tell you, the look on their faces, man, they had no idea what I wanted their names for. No one's ever done that before. No one's ever adjusted these hours before. This is all new stuff. I'm doing it to help, not me. Okay? I don't care. I got 30 years on. What do I care? I'm trying to help these 29 guys that are working out here in different squads to have a little bit of a restful day here. Should not, I mean, we work every single stinking day. We're driving hundreds of miles. How about a day of just shooting and relaxing, laughing? We have competitions. It's fun. Just relax, okay? Okay, fine. So we have our day. So at 2 o'clock, clean the range up. These guys are looking at me. I'm like, oh, let's go, guys, let's go. And the guy, I didn't tell anybody. So the guys are looking like, now? They were thinking get out of here at 4 o'clock. So at 2:15, we were ready to go. So I got them all together. I go, hey, guys, I'll give it a little input. And they're thinking, oh, what's going on here? How long is he going to talk for? I go, thank you. I said, now we all have to go home. We have to go home and clean our weapons. Put ammo in them. Make sure everything's ready. All your equipment's ready for your next assignment, right? Is that why we're going home early, right? They're all going, oh, I get it. Get out of here. You see the smiles on these guys' faces. And some of the guys know my guys, so they're calling saying, that's the best thing I ever had in 10 years on the department, of getting out of here at a reasonable time. Okay, fine. That was pretty cool. So as they're all leaving, I'm getting ready to leave, and I go, oh, by the way, I called the 3 of them over, the instructors. I go, did a really good job, guys. Appreciate your honesty. Appreciate going out here and giving the guys. We shot through lunch. It was great. I said, I wanted your name so I can write you guys a commendation. I'll see you guys later. Off everyone. They just sat there, dumbstruck. You know how to handle this. So the next day, first thing I do, I came in early, got on my little computer, put their names in. Great job. Professionals. The whole BS, not BS, but they're all just basically building them up because I want next time, they're going to tell me which happened next time when we showed up for training. As soon as they saw me, they said, we're going to get out of here at 2 o'clock because they know that this is what I want, and that they get accommodations. So every time they did that, I wrote them accommodations. These guys are getting accommodations coming in. Their bosses say, you guys are bitching. This is great. Yes. You got to grease the skids once in a while. It doesn't cost me anything to type up accommodation. It's nothing. But to them, it's a big deal. Okay? So that was pretty good. And so the next training day, I'm going to stay here. The next training day, this incompetent lieutenant says, because I wanted to change the hours of the operation. I mean, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So after the first time I changed it, okay, fine. The next one came up, and before it came up, these are like 4 months down the road. I said quarterly. I asked the lieutenant, I want to change the hours to 7. He goes, well, I called and their instructors don't come on till 8. Well, how about if they come on at 7? You're inconveniencing 30 guys, so 3 guys can come in at 8? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, it was duly noted. Why even say that? Don't tell me that. Okay, fine. I said, then I told him, I kind of challenged him. I said, well, you know, if you come out one of these training days with us, you can see what it's like. Oh, I didn't want to say you should come out. And then we'll get your fat ass out of there. Come on out here. Okay. Next training day was 8 o'clock. So I didn't like it, so we get there. He comes tooling in about 8:30. Okay. I don't care. He's my boss. What do I care? Okay, so we're out there shooting and stuff. So about 11 o'clock or so, he comes over to me and he goes, man, that driver this morning was a killer. You know, I don't make the space shuttle here. I don't do the Mars probe, okay, but I can do this. I know people, okay? So he goes, that was a ball buster. Oh my God. I said, yeah, it was. Every time we come out here, it's like that. That's why I wanted to change the hours. Good point. Good point. Okay, so fine. Okay, fine. I've given you 30 years of incompetence of good and bad lieutenants. I told you. It's about 20% competent, 80% incompetent. Way back, okay? All right, fine. Okay, fine. So we get up at 4 o'clock. Okay, any city in the country, if you're watching this outside of my area. If you're in Miami, who cares where you guys are at? 4 o'clock, and I gotta go. And I got 60 miles. I gotta go home. I'll never make it. Okay, fine. So, okay, fine. So he goes. We all leave at 4. We have to now because he's here and he's sitting there, like watching the clock. Okay, fine. That's fine. Okay. So next day I'm at work. He calls me. Okay. Oh, that drive's a killer. Took me 2.5 hours to get home. I felt like saying, a-hole, I told you so. But I didn't. I bit the bullet. I'm a good supervisor. I said, well, that's what we have to do that every time. I said, that's why I want to change it. We get there at 7. I had to explain the whole thing like I explained to you. Come on at 7. If they want us to work through lunch and breaks, so that's an hour, that's almost 2 hours we get off in the other end. So we should be out of here at 2. He goes, yeah, that's good. I'll run it by the boss. I said, okay, fine. In the meantime, while you run it by the boss, I'm going to go ahead and implement it. Oh, whatever you want to do. Okay, when he says that, whenever he says whatever you want to do, you know what that means. Hope you know what that means as a supervisor. That means if I do it and get caught and the captain's pissed off, you know what he's going to say. Hey, well, I told him he could do whatever. He did it, okay? Instead of taking responsibility like a man, Godfather, right? Act like a man, okay? He'll defer. Later on, I got a lieutenant that say, Captain will come to him and go, yeah, I told him to do it. I told him. Take it like a man. Take it like, not a man, like a woman. Take it like a mature adult that I made the call, and I'm not going to defer to another guy that really wants to make the correct call, okay? So I go, okay, fine, what do you want to do? Okay, fine, whatever you want. I'm going to do it. He never came out again, okay? Plus, we find out he needs to come out because, he wanted to get out there and shoot, okay? Little sidecar here. One scenario was they had targets sitting up and shooting out into an open, like a little ravine, so the bullets go out. And you get in a police car, and you drive the car like 2 miles an hour, you and your partner, and then they go, shots fired, and you're supposed to jump out of the car and engage the targets and shoot. It's kind of a scenario where you're in a police car or in any car, and they're shooting at you. What do? You have to, okay. Well, when they yelled out, shots fired, the passenger got out, the lieutenant was driving the car, he got out and started shooting. Well, he left the car in gear, okay? So it's rolling along the dirt. Luckily, it wasn't an incline because I told you the other side of the targets is like a 15-foot drop into a ravine because they want to shoot off into the bullets go off into the whatever. So the instructors are behind the guys. They have to stand behind every shooter to make sure they don't turn around and shoot anybody. They basically pushed him out of the way and yelled, cease fire, and one of them jumped in the car and slammed the brakes before it went over the ravine. Now, I wish it had gone to a ravine. That would have been great. Okay, oh, man, we had a laugh. But, man, that was funny to watch that. He's like, so then he has no one to talk to because he's the top step and nobody likes him anyway. So later on in the day, he comes over while we're loading ammo and doing a bunch of stuff, just to me off to the side because I'm talking to another supervisor. And he goes, boy, I almost dumped that car. I go, yeah, well, it happens. Yeah, right. He goes, this is a statement of the century. Maybe I shouldn't be out here. And as you see me over all the tapes, hope you have seen my tapes. I'm a pretty volatile guy. I'm Latino. I'm pretty, gregarious. I could have just said, yeah, no screaming S, okay? But I didn't. I just said, well, you get out of practice, and, I'm a little rusty myself. No, I'm not. You know why I'm not rusty? And none of these guys here? Because we come here every time we shoot our asses off. Fire guns, shotguns, all kinds of stuff. Running, stopping, shooting, on the ground. He didn't do any of that. He sits in his office, comes to work with carrying his gun, gets in his office, takes his gun out of the holster, because I know what these guys do. Unfortunately, I had to work inside once in a while. Out comes the gun, put it in a desk drawer because they're in a secure building. They spend 7.5 hours doing their shoveling paper into stack A to stack B, and then when they're in the shift, they put the gun back on their holster and they go home. That's what squints do. That's what admin guys do. That's what commanders and all these guys. I know I've heard stories of commanders trying to take out their handcuffs, they don't work because they're rusted. Okay, because they don't use them. Okay, or the guns, they have automatic weapons. You think about weapons, the slide goes back and forth. That causes the weapon to fire. Those things are rusted. They can't do it. They'll get one shot off. You'll fire one bullet, but then the receiver won't come back and reload. It'll just sit there. Then they only get one shot. Dick Tracy will get one bullet and that's it. Anyway, so that was interesting. The training days. All right, I gotta go and I'm out of time. So I'll see you next time. Okay, bye bye.